guys, hello there, welcome back to the Ajax Save with me, FM, the complete playthrough. Now, I've been reading some of the comments, and some people want this series to progress a little bit quicker, which I think is probably fair enough. I feel like it's, I don't want to say it's dragging on, but when I'm aware of it being a bit sluggish, I feel like it needs to move a little bit quicker. Since we last met, by the way, 2-0 and 3-1, Excelsior and William 2, they're not great sides. It seems to be, much like in lots of the saves I've played this year, against better sides, I'm struggling to find a way to beat them. If you look at that form, by the way, for Ajax, first half of the season, you'd be a bit worried, wouldn't you? In the Europa League, we've looked pretty good. In everything else, we've looked a little bit piss poor. So what we're going to do is we're going to treat this save a little bit like my other saves and go a little bit quicker. And then I think whether we carry on with this or reboot with a new type of series, I'm still not quite sure. But I do want to get some progression done with this save, and I don't want it to just feel like we're doing saves for the sake of, well, doing games or episodes for the sake of doing them. That's something I never want to do. So yeah, we're going to have to make a decision. First things first, though, let's play Feyenoord, and there's a little bit of transfer business hopefully going to be happening after that game as well. It may well happen before that, but I think it's more than likely going to happen afterwards. And by the way, when you're Ajax manager, you basically have every single player wanting to move to a different, bigger European club, and it's a bit of a problem. Kluivert is the one we've got today. He's actually a player, this might sound controversial, that I wouldn't massively mind losing. I think at his age right now, he's just not ready to play in our first team. And if a big European dog wants to come in for like 15 million, which I think is probably fair enough, he said 10, we'll meet halfway in the middle. Now this annoys me about these negotiations. I've clearly got my price, he's clearly got his. They never seem to say it's okay. They still think it's too high. Like, why is this the case? It's still too high. I want 1 million more than his asking price. It's not too high. And now they're annoyed. That's happened 2 or 3 times with a few different players. We've had lots of bids for De Ligt. He's been probably the biggest want away. He's actually not made lots of noise trying to leave. Ziyech said quite a lot of offers as well. David Neres is currently subject to an offer from Dortmund, but look, 3.6 up front, 10 over a period of time. It's just not a good enough offer. Again, if any of these teams want to come in, and then this is the problem you have, right? Because I've rejected the Neres bid. They're all mad. When in reality, right, we're not having that good a year. You need to keep hold of these players. I don't want to lose him. We'd be considerably weaker, and a few of them get it. The players that want to leave don't get it, and it's just a mess, constantly going round in circles. I've had this as Ajax before, right? I've managed Ajax previously, and had a similar thing. Until you get Ajax to be a really good side in Europe, you will continue to have this problem. It's very much like managing Ajax is like managing how would you describe? Probably like Everton. I think that's quite similar. I don't necessarily think the stature of the clubs is the same. I think arguably Ajax are a bigger name, whereas Everton can obviously pay more wages and things like this. But yeah, it's so frustrating having to sort of have your players cherry picked every now and then that you just don't want to let go. De Ligt now, right, has got abysmal in terms of morale, but he's growing fantastically. So it's such a disappointment that now he's sort of a bit of a want away. I'm actually going to change him up to a ball playing defender in there as well because he prefers that far more. And yeah, this ball winning midfield spot is currently a roaming playmaker spot. There's a debate actually in this game against Feyenoord whether we bring Montari back in as a ball winning midfielder. I'm trying to get one on loan. I'm keeping it as a bit of a mystery. You may well have seen it if you're eagle-eyed, but hopefully after this game we'll get to that point and we'll see if we can make that signing happen. There's something about this whole system I don't like. Schoen's going to come back in for Ziyech, I think, if it allows it. He's always done better there. I feel like we're a better team when he plays there. He's just not very quick, but he does keep the play moving. He's technically very good, mentally very good, so we'll keep him in there. Kluivert on this left-hand side, I don't really know what to do with. I find this position for this team very difficult to know what to do with it. David Neres, I think they're probably... What does he absolutely love doing? Inside forward on support. Is that what he likes to be? I just feel like we lack the width when he's not there. I don't know. We'll try. Look, we'll let him do it. And on the right hand side, Odojoule is going to play slightly further back, and I want to play more natural players in these positions actually. So Dex is going to come in on that left hand side, and that's what we're going to play. Hopefully, it's defensive enough. In fact, I'm going to play Montari as a defensive ball winning midfielder. Instruction-wise, we do look for the overlap. I think that makes sense. With the fullbacks we've got, with the wingers we've got, to make use of those areas is a good idea. Similarly, exploiting the flanks, although I might take those off. And I think having attacking wide players and having a look for the overlap on should be enough, right, in those positions. Let's close down more and let's up the tempo and let's try and take the game a little bit. Feyenoord at the top of the table. It's a game we've got to win. We're at home. I feel like we should try and take the advantage a little bit and try and force them to play at our speed, at our tempo. Sadly, it's not something we've been doing all season, so hopefully it's not too much of a shock. But Schoen then should be the interesting party within this. He should be the guy to dictate the tempo. He likes to do that, and that's what we'll hopefully see from him in this game. Then they're a decent side, Feyenoord. You can't sleep on them. Some very decent players in there, and we're going to have to be at our best to beat them, I imagine. The De Ligt thing is just infuriating. Come on, lads, show what you can do to keep this run going. I don't know what run this is. That was an appalling team talk. We'll talk to the players, passionately say, show what you've got, and just no stuff given. It's a big day all around. How much are you looking forward to taking on your rivals? It's a tremendous occasion, and they are walking out. It's probably a game, for being completely honest, viewers, that I've got to win. If we lose this game, then Feyenoord will go an unbearable amount of points ahead. There will be, 48? It will be on 35, so there'll be 15 points clear. Yeah, I think this game will this season... 15, is that right? My maths all over the place there. 14, maybe? I now don't know what I'm doing, and there'll definitely be people working it out at home. Let's do that again. 48 will be on 35. 13 points clear. What is my mind doing? Shown anyway. We look like we've got pink. It looks pink. It doesn't look. They don't look white. The shorts are It looks like we're wearing a pink. So we've put it in the wash too many times at this point in the season, and it's started to go a little bit pink. Love that. Anyway, balls we played in by Shown and headed on goal. And De Ligt, well, the man who wants the move. Maybe he's trying to attract some suitors, but it's definitely pink, isn't it? I'm not making this up. It's definitely. They're all wearing pink in the. Is this an alternate kit for Ajax? Because it's definitely pink. It's a great header. Got to say, great header. 10 minutes in, we take the lead, and as I say, it's a must-win game. We could reduce the points to 7, like the gap to 7, which is definitely doable by the time we get to the end of the season. We just have to make sure our form is far better. We've got to become more consistent in the league, and so far it's been a little bit wishy-washy. Hopefully you don't mind. Well, I mentioned at the start, hopefully you don't mind the fact that this was sort of sold as the complete playthrough. It's not really become that. It's become far more chatty as Kluivert. Well, I've been saying I don't know who's going to play there. If he keeps doing that, he'll play there every game. I just want... Look, I'm very conscious of making videos that look sometimes like they're just being put out for the sake of it, and I don't want that ever to become a thing on my channel. I want every episode to have a purpose. Now, if that purpose becomes a talking point, then I think that's fine. If that purpose becomes more tactical based, then I think that's fine. But we have to find what it is. We have to. I want you to know what you're watching as you're watching it. I don't want it to be a surprise every episode of, oh, today we're going to have a chat. Today we're going to be looking at transfers and tactics. I want you to know. And I'm not really sure where to go with it. I feel like I've got one series that sits... So right now this is becoming podcasty again. I'm very aware. We started off with tactics chat and now it's getting a podcast. Maybe it can be both. I'm not sure. But yeah, we've got one save which, like the Thames save that's coming up. I can say I feel like this is our secret club where I can reveal everything that's happening. So we're going to be doing a Thames save, a Thames AFC. It's a club reborn that existed for 4 years that are going to come back, and the reason they're interested is, one, they're a team in London that doesn't, like their district in London that doesn't have a team. They're quite close to West Ham, but they don't have a team. And secondly, they had the highest ever possible capacity of all time with 120,000 in the United Kingdom. So that's a good reason, I think, to be them. And if we could ever get back up to that sort, I don't know whether I should set something where we can try and get back up to that capacity. It'd be near impossible, but it might be quite a fun little Easter egg within the save. Not so much an Easter egg when I tell you it now. So that's coming up, and that's going to be a lot. There's going to be, if you watch Salford, watch Parma, it's going to be very much like those. Hopefully with a little bit more, but we'll have to wait and see. I'll get back to that in a minute. I think we're going to bring in... It's not really Ziyech. I think we'll bring Ziyech in, actually, because he's a little bit more attacking in my book. Yeah, we'll play him. 2-0 up, though. Half an hour to go. So yeah, with that save, there's going to be a lot of sketch stuff. I know, I think a lot of people enjoyed the videos previously because there wasn't just the gameplay, there wasn't just the team, there was the story that was going on within it. And I want to try and give a bit more of that. And I think I've got an idea that'll be really good that I wanted to do for about 3 years. And I finally think we've got the team, we've got the structure to do it. And I've got the space as well now, which is kind of important. I've got a ladder, so if that's needed, then it will be. Benedetto drives forward, lays it off to Montari, who's got some support on that left-hand side, but he's had it pinched off him. It's an important moment in the game now. Half an hour to go, back onto serious tactics chat. Half an hour to go. If Feyenoord managed to take this into the last 20 with a goal under their belt, it's deflected in, man. I hate that stuff. What I'm going to do, I hope you don't mind, folks, I'm going to watch this in 2D. I feel like I'm a better manager in 2D for whatever reason, so we're gonna switch it back into that. I just feel like you get a much better idea of the game. You get to see where players are positioned, rather than sort of it happens and you're like, oh, what happened? We'll see if anything comes from that. If we have any more highlights at all. Now I've mentioned the switch. Schoen's gone off as well, which might be part of the issue. If he scores this free kick, there's going to be sadness. Okay, it's gone over the bar. Phew. Yeah, if we can reduce this to 7 points, that'd be really good. They've made all 3 changes. We've got a free kick. Dangerous area as well. Ziyech, ball in. Delet's there. It could have been a second of the game, but not quite. And it remains 2-1. We are attacking. I think we're going to come a little bit more standard. I don't want to be as open, especially in the fullback areas. I think that could be quite dangerous, so we're not going to do that. I think deep line playmaker, stick him on defensive as well. We're just going to sit back a little bit more and hopefully just soak up some pressure. We've got good defenders out there. I'm not worried about it. Vobra and Delet are very young, but very good. I just realised this is our attacking corner, which makes me a little bit unnerved considering they've got lots of players forward. If we lose this, we're in trouble. Kluivert, I don't know why we've got a 2v3 at the back here. This is not good. We need to go more defensive. Especially if there's another corner. Hopefully, by the time he takes it, that change will have been made. There's still a 3-on-2 situation. This could be really bad. Like, I don't know why someone doesn't come back to mark him. I don't know if that's to do with my set pieces or the fact that defensive hasn't kicked in yet. But I feel like we should definitely have someone back. Interestingly, that comes to nothing. But that would have been a bother for me, as there's not long left to go. 15 or so seconds, and a huge win against Feyenoord. A much-needed win. I think on paper, we've probably got the better players. After Schoen went off, I was a bit worried about it. Obviously, no Dolberg today, though, so I mean, we'll take this and be quite happy with the result, I would imagine. But that's going to bring us to the end then. 2-1, Ajax win it. And yeah, I think we're probably had the better of the game. Fair enough, right? Let's passionately say, well done, lads. A good win for us. A great win for us, actually. Not just a good win, a great win. And let's see then, can we get this transfer over the line? If you were eagle-eyed, you will have probably seen who it was. Schoen is now injured and out for a little bit, which is a bit annoying. Beating a bit of rivals must be particularly pleasing. I'm absolutely delighted. And I guess this is important enough for you to ask a question about it. Yes, we're a fortress. Benedetto has been scintillating in scintillating form this year. He's been magnificent. Can he keep the run of form going? Run of form going. Words are difficult apparently. Confidence is high, but that can only bring good performances. It's saying our form's good. We've won 3. Like before that, we were rubbish. I don't know what they're getting that from. So hopefully some easier games to come, and we've got to find some consistency. Now, will we get this signing over the line? I'm not sure. He's a big name player, right? And a big player generally. If we can make the sign-in before the Utrecht game, I'll be delighted. But I don't want to stop until we've fit this in. 9 million for Kluivert. It's just like over a massive period of time. There's just no way I'm going to accept that. It's not good value for me. It's great value for them, of course it is. And they have clauses in that if they resell him, we get a large percentage of the profits. But it's just not that good. Again, Vegaiva now wants to talk about leaving. So far, he's played 4 times this season, so I can kind of understand that. I mean, do I just say you can go? Like, you're an influential member of the squad. I don't expect you to be making requests like this. He said he'll drop it. Good. Well, there we are then. That's dealt with. Let's quickly, before we go, let's make the sign-in. Shall I reveal who it is? Oh, well, there we are. That's who it is. It's Marouane Fellaini. Now, we don't have enough money. Well, now this is a conundrum, isn't it? We don't have enough money in the budget. No, actually, do we have any clauses we can sell? If we go to transfers, clauses, can we sell any clauses? I don't know. We can't sell any clauses, can we? Oh my god, I was hoping we could sell some clauses, but no, we can't. None of them are sellable. I think it would even like show a pound sign or whatever if we could. Okay, does that mean then, to facilitate the transfer of Marouane Fellaini, we need to sell somebody, and Vegaiva is the man that wants to leave? If we can sell him for like 2 million, maybe 2.5 million, we'll say 2.5. We'll see if anyone comes in. No, offer, not cancel. Let's see then. Can we get? We're gonna have to delay Fellaini. I think getting Fellaini in for the rest of the season in that ball-winning role would be a bit of a coup. Personally, I think he's a really decent sign. The fact he'll come and play for us as well. I was looking at the list of players that would come. Right, there's offers there. 1.4 million. I think we'll accept all the 1.4 millions, and we'll reject the rest of them. Like Fiorentina are interested. Really? Like, okay, fair enough. So like Porto, who are playing in an upcoming game. Right, so if he goes out, Fellaini should come in. And I think that's where we stand right now. Again, this is the sort of situation. Lots of transfer. 26 million. That's the biggest one we've had so far. 26 million for Delet is massive. Of course, there's loads of different clauses in there. Of course there is. But That's the highest offer so far, 26 million. I'm not going to accept it because I want it up front if we're going to get it at all. And there's not much time in the window left anyway, so I don't know why we would. But that is going to wrap things up then. If you've enjoyed it, do drop a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. And we'll obviously care. Until next time, goodbye. Let me know what you think about Thames. Good idea? Bad idea? I'm doing it anyway. So, I don't know.